So today we're going to talk a little bit about maintaining momentum in your software implementation and what that means. I think it's really important to first break down the different types of learning by the different phase. So, when you're in implementation, I really consider that, new learning. That is something that you are, you're learning something brand new. And hopefully I spelled that right. I did. And new learning is something that is, obviously it's new to us. You need to absorb, new information. Maybe it's more technical or more, I don't really know the word for it, but it's more intense than what you're normally learning from day to day. The next thing would be just refinement. So, you're using a new software, you've used it for a while, and you're kind of in this phase of what I call refinement, which is you're improving the system. You've already learned the nuts and bolts and the ins and outs of the back end, and you kind of already get it. And then really the third thing is just currency, and that is over a long period of time, just staying current in the software. And so when you're in new software implementation, you're in this new learning phase right here. You are brand new. You're a student of the world. You are somebody who is looking to grow in their career, and that's awesome. You need daily exposure here. If you don't get daily exposure in that new learning phase, you are going to be hurting. And it can be tough. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you're especially if you don't know where the end is, it can be really, really tough. But if you get daily exposure, you'd be amazed at, how much you can learn in just a couple of short weeks. In refinement, you're going to, probably spend, weekly or biweekly in refinement. Some customers, just depends. But you're going to be really, and it may throttle off. So you may start at weekly and then you may end at biweekly, throughout this life cycle of your software. And then currency, really monthly or bi-monthly. I would say there's always something new to learn, but also you may not get into it for a while. And then, eventually you might even get into quarterly. And if you're into quarterly, then you're probably in a pretty good space. But this is kind of the general cadence of everything, is new learning, refinement, currency, daily, weekly, monthly, kind of in that order. But maintaining momentum in an implementation can be really tough, especially if you are net new, you don't know what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. So a really good structure provided by your business partner, somebody who's going to say, hey, here's how you're going to get from 0 to 100%. You can get there at your own pace. So some people learn best if they, are just boom, down and intensive. And we'll have more videos on why we actually believe, being intensive in your training is the most important thing. But yeah, that's how you maintain momentum. You just learn day in and day out.